What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for joining me once again. Welcome back to Nancy Drew, White Wolf of Icicle Creek. We got to go on a snowmobile, and I'm going to be terrible at driving this thing, because I always am. So, here we go. We're driving a snowmobile out to Skookum Ridge. In the previous video, we cleared off the skating pond, and we also went to follow the wolf tracks, and we got trapped in an avalanche. We also made lunch for the first time. It was a very fun experience for everyone, and I'm going to have a terrible time running into stuff because I'm just trash at games. This challenge here is the hardest part of this game completely. Is every time you have to use the snowmobile, it's terrible. It hurts my soul. But that was quick. Okay. This keeps falling out.
The sign's not buried, so I guess there hasn't been an avalanche.
I guess not. So now we have to make a trip back. It's just a couple minutes in the game's time, I guess. Ow. I don't recognize any of this stuff being in the place that it was. Ow. Is it taking longer? Ow. To get back? Is it taking longer to get back? Whoa, I almost avoided disaster. Ow. Ow, stop. Mike, stop hitting stuff. Yeah, I'm going around. That's always nerve-wracking. I'm trying not to die during this game. I'm gonna die at least once. In the stupidest way possible, probably. Oh, God. Here we go. Making circles.
Ah, warm again.
Nice. Probably going to make phone calls in the next video, but we'll talk to people this video. It's almost 1 o'clock. I never took a chance to look at this newspaper. I'm gonna leave it out for a second because I know this. But you can read it if you want. I gotta make a phone call. Phone calls might be this video. Oh boy. Here we go, phone calls. So Avalanche Patrol.
Avalanche Patrol, what's your location?
Actually, I'm calling on behalf of Ollie Randall. He wanted me to tell you that there hasn't been any avalanche activity out at Skookum Ridge.
I was wondering when we were going to hear from him. Thanks for the report.
No problem.
Alright, so let's call... Who all do we have to call? We're just gonna get all the phone calls down here. I'll call Ned last, but let's do Chantal.
Hello?
Hi, Chantal. It's Nancy Drew.
You know who's
Not quite yet.
Oh.
Has anyone talked to you about the World Championship cross-country skiing competition that's going to be held somewhere in this area year after next?
That is something I am not at liberty to discuss.
In other words, the answer is yes.
I didn't say that. Why do you ask?
I can't help but wonder if Yanni Volkstaya is here because he knows about the championship too, and he's up to
And
something.
that's my thing.
Up to something like what?
Like he's been known to rent or buy all the housing near cross-country events so his competitors have to stay miles away.
What? You mean he could be causing these accidents in order to run me out of
I don't think I've ever
business,
picked
then
that
buy the
option
lodge on the
of
cheap?
It's a
Picking
thought.
Yanni
A
specifically.
pretty nasty one at that.
Did you know that some photos are missing from the display case in the lobby?
Really? Last I looked, they were all there. I think.
The caption for them says something like, "Young and old have stayed at Icicle Creek Lodge."
I can't remember what they were pictures of, and I sure don't know why they'd be missing.
That bone trapper Dan found is missing from its case too.
First the accidents, now someone's stealing from me? Nancy, you've got to find out what's going on there. If you don't, I'll never be able to convince my dad I'm not a loser. Ever.
Well, you are a
About
loser.
Tino,
I'm kidding.
I'm not
I
totally
love you so
comfortable
well.
with the idea of consulting with him on this case.
Why not? Two heads are always better than one, and I find him to be very knowledgeable and kind of charming.
If I need any suggestions, I usually call people I, trust.
I insist that if and when you're stumped about something, you ask Tino to help you out. That's what I'm paying him for. You can trust him. He said that because of what happened on that train, he learned the error of his ways, and he's a better person for it. Okay?
Okay.
Good.
I'd like to hear more about the accidents that have been happening around here.
The first thing that happened was the worst. The Farren Dale family and Becky the cook all came down with food poisoning and had to be hospitalized. Somehow, the potato salad got contaminated, although Becky swears it wasn't because of anything she did. I cannot tell you how awful it was. All 5 people became violently ill at roughly the same time. But were they all in the same room? Of course not. They were spread out all over the lodge. Poor Elsa was cleaning for days. And the odor? Oh my gosh. Anyway, then Carl Jenkins slipped on the stairs outside and broke his leg. Then Lou Talbot's window was broken. Then Elsa the maid's tires were slashed. Then the phone wires were cut. And then... Oh yeah, and then the Southwaites were almost overcome by fumes when gas started leaking into the sauna.
Interesting.
But the only incidents that you can be sure were sabotage were the tires, the phone wires, and maybe the explosion in the bunkhouse?
I'm not sure about anything. That's why you're there, to sort everything out before something else happens.
How come the entries for last year were deleted from the guest register?
They've been deleted?
That's what the computer says. Contents deleted.
Well, I didn't delete them. Freddie.
Why would she delete something on your computer?
You know how kids are these days. Always hacking into computers, programming them to spread viruses and steal passwords and blow up the world.
That's what
I
I
think
did on
that's
a
only
computer.
in movies. Besides, pretty much all this person had to do was press the delete key.
I still say it was Freddie. Last week, I called that Snow Princess game she's always playing idiotic. I think it hurt her feelings. But she'd just gotten done plastering me with snowballs. What'd she expect me to say? That felt great. Do it again?
The guests that are in the lodge now, did any of them stay here last year?
Let's see. Lou Talbot stayed here last summer, but only very briefly. His car had broken down and he was waiting for a tow truck. Oh, and Yanni, he was here last winter. He and his trainer, they were checking out places to train. They didn't stay long either.
That's it for now.
One more thing. Ask Yanni if it would be all right if I used his name and picture on the Icicle Creek Lodge website. I mean, when I finally have a website, it would be great publicity, okay?
Sure.
Good. Talk to you soon.
If you notice, like, the last 4 letters of these phone numbers spell something. Like, for Sheriff Mohican, it spells star, S-T-A-R. And for Pinevale Hospital, it's hurt, 4878. And it's like Tina Balducci's jerk. and Chantal's is cash, which is it's kind of funny. I want to see if there's anything else like that, but I gotta call other people as well. Carl Jenkins' slip. Farren Dale's is 7, 4, 2. Oh, Farren Dale's is sick. Alright, whatever. Southwaite, let's see. I got nothing. Whatever. Alright, back to... Okay, whatever. Let's call... Let's start from the bottom up. Let's call Elsa. Does the call bother you anyway, Elsa?
And pick me up a double while you're at it, okay? Yo,
What's up?
what's up?
Is this Elsa Sybilhoff?
Used to be. Now it's just Sybil.
Sybil?
Sybil. That's what I'm going to call myself when I audition for Canadian Idol.
You're a singer?
Rockstar. At least I'm about to be. Who's this?
My name's Nancy Drew. I'm calling from the Icicle Creek Lodge. I hear you had some tire problems while you were here.
Oh, yeah, right. It was that wolf. I heard it howling one night, and the next morning I went outside, and it just ripped my tires apart. Every single one of them. That place is jinxed. I had to quit. Working there was just plain dangerous. So, if you're trying to deny my unemployment claim, forget it. I had every right to leave that job.
No, I'm just trying to get additional information, that's all.
Oh, well, bad stuff was happening all over the place up there. One guy fell down the stairs and broke his leg, his whole family got food poisoning, and now I hear they got bombs going off up there. It's just a bad place to work, you know? My unemployment claim is totally legit.
Your tires getting all torn up like that didn't have something to do with L, did it?
L?
L, as in I'm going to sell your collection of troll dolls on eBay?
You found his stupid letters. Okay, so it was Larry, my insanely jealous ex-boyfriend. He got all crazed when I couldn't take time off to visit him and slashed my tires, the psycho. I blamed it on the wolf so I'd have a legitimate reason to quit and get on the pokey for a while. I just needed some time off and some cash, just enough to jumpstart my career, you know? Because I got talent, I really do. Well, you're right. I shouldn't have lied like that. Look, I'll contact the unemployment office and tell them the truth, okay?
Good idea. What happened to Larry?
All I know is he's finally out of my life. Take it from me. Do not ever, ever, ever think for 1 second that having a jealous boyfriend is in any way, shape, or form a good thing. Because it's not. It's the worst. Got that, Nanook?
Nancy.
In fact, I'm writing a song about it. It's called Slash Your Jealousy, Spare My Tires. Get it? Spare My Tires. I'll probably sing it on Canadian Idol. Hey, you want to hear it?
No. In fact, I'd better get going. Good luck on the show, though, and thanks for the advice.
Anytime.
Oh man, I love Elsa. She's fantastic. Let's call the Southwaite.
Hello?
Hello?
I've got got it, sweetheart.
Hi, is this Brenda and Derek Southwaite?
Yes, it is.
Is this a solicitation?
Honey, you're so
Oh
suspicious.
God, this is gonna
Only
make me
because you're
puke.
way too nice for your
I'm
own
kidding.
good,
I'm like
darling.
that with my
I'm
fiance.
not selling anything. I just want to ask you about your recent stay at Icicle Creek Lodge.
You mean Gasicle Leak Lodge?
Oh, very clever, sweetie. Gas was leaking from so many places while we were there, it's a wonder the place didn't blow sky high.
I heard something about your almost being overcome by fumes in the sauna.
Well, we had just gone ice skating, so we decided to warm up in the sauna. So we were sitting in there, and everything was fine until both of us started feeling a little woozy.
We started feeling a lot woozy.
And the next thing we knew, that Russian skier came in.
Actually, I think he was Slovakian.
The point is, he told us he smelled gas and thought we should get out, so we did.
Barely. By that point, the fumes were making us both ill, if you know what I mean.
That poor skier, by the time he helped us get out of there, he was almost as green as we were.
Awful experience.
Horrible. And it was our honeymoon.
At least the owner had the decency to give us a full refund.
Oops, the shuttle's here, sweetheart. We're off to Aspen. Kind of a second first honeymoon.
Long story short, if you're thinking about going to Icicle Creek Lodge, don't.
Well, I appreciate the advice. Have fun.
Oh, we will. Bye.
Well,
Bye.
okay, Southwaite, you need to slow your roll there a little bit. This is a kid's game. Ah, Farren Dale.
Hello?
Hi, are you Mrs. Farren Dale?
Put your socks on in the car, okay? We're late. This better not be a sales call because I really don't have time.
No, my name is Nancy Drew, and I'm calling from the Icicle Creek Lodge. You know, in Canada.
After what happened to me and my family, I have no intention of going back there ever, no matter how many freebies you throw in. I thought I made that clear. Put that cookie down and get in the car.
I'm not really with the lodge. I just wondered if you could tell me what happened.
The three of us had meatloaf, potato salad, and green beans for dinner one night. And by 4 the next morning, we were all sick as dogs and had to be taken to the hospital. We recovered quickly, thank goodness. But the minute we got out, we went straight to the airport. I will never set foot in that lodge again. The worst of it is, I made poor little Susie eat all of her potato salad that night. Eat it, I said. It's cold out. You need the carbs. Now she refuses to eat any kind of potatoes.
I can't
Even
eat
French
potatoes.
fries.
I'm on a diet
All
now.
our friends think she's a freak. And all our friends' mothers think I'm a freak for going to Canada for winter break instead of Disney World like
Name
everyone
drop
else.
at Disney World. I
Turn
see you.
that
I
TV
got you,
off.
Nancy.
I have to go. Susie's got a soccer game, and I'm snack mom. Only I haven't been to the store yet. Maybe I can sneak out during halftime.
Sure, just pull out the orange slices and no one will notice.
Oh my gosh, the orange slices. Susie, get in the car. We have to go right now.
Oh, scary soccer moms. One last phone call for... If you hate phone calls, you can skip this video. If you don't mind phone calls, stay tuned. A lot of you people have funny things to say.
Hello?
Hi, is this Mr. Jenkins?
Yeah, this is Carl. Nuts. Missed him.
Well, my name is Nancy Drew. I heard that you had an accident at Icicle Creek Lodge and wondered if you could tell me a little more about it.
Not much to tell. Ha! Take that, Captain Keene! I went there to do a little ice fishing, and I slipped going down some stairs, fractured my tibia in 2 places. Can't work, can't go out. All I can do is sit around and play this stupid video game. Oh, no, you don't?
Do you know why you slipped on those stairs?
Yeah, they were covered with ice. I was lucky I didn't fracture my skull. Ah, yes, yes! Hey, look, I'm about 4 laser strikes away from ruling the Gargoulian Galaxy, so I gotta go, okay? You got any more questions? Check with the people at the lodge. Gotcha!
Okay. Let's call... Let's call Sheriff Meekin. Three more phone calls, guys. It's almost over.
Sheriff's office, this is Mohican.
Hi, this is Nancy Drew at the Icicle Creek Lodge. We met the other night when you were investigating the bunkhouse explosion.
Oh, yeah, that bright kid from the States. What do you need?
Well, I found a melted clock face close to where the bunkhouse used to be. and I wondered if it could have been what triggered the explosion. You know, the timer.
I found that clock face too. Left it there because any fingerprints on it would have melted away along with everything else. And besides, Ollie Randall said all the room clocks at the lodge looked like that. Could have been one that was in the bunkhouse to begin with.
Oh, right.
You shouldn't go poking around on your own like that. There could still be explosives lying around. Although I hear it takes a pretty big bang to set off C4.
C4?
A plastic explosive, and that's what blew up the bunkhouse. Lab result came in less than an hour ago.
Did the lab results show anything else?
Nope. Unfortunately, that bunkhouse wasn't particularly well made, so when it exploded, pretty much everything got melted into a blob, or blown to smithereens, or burned to a crisp.
That C4 plastic explosive stuff, I'm assuming it's not something you can just buy at your basic hardware store?
No, but it's not that difficult to get. Not if you're in the military or do any kind of demolition. In Eastern Europe, it's called Semtex. It's not that hard to handle either. For somebody who's had training in explosives, it's a piece of cake.
I almost got caught in an avalanche at Chicken Ridge that was triggered by a big explosion.
An explosion? Are you sure it wasn't just the sound of someone shooting a rifle, maybe?
No, it sounded like someone had set off a bomb. In fact, afterwards I found a crater, like someone had deliberately blown a hole in the ground underneath the snow.
Unless it was someone shooting off fireworks or something. I have no idea what it could have been.
So you know you
Do you
couldn't
need some kind
check
of permit to hunt wolves around here?
No, ma'am.
You mean Ollie Randall can go after that white wolf that's been hanging around outside the lodge and just shoot it?
Yes, ma'am. It's always open season on wolves out here. You can kill as many of them as you want.
Somehow that doesn't seem right.
The animals wolves go after don't have a problem with it, I can guarantee you that.
I'll let you get back to work.
Have a good day.
Sheriff Mohican, he reminds me of Triple H because he would make a lot of the end of his words have a bit of a sigh, and that's what I find it funny. I pressed the wrong buttons. There we go. It's Balducci.
Hey, Nancy. I was wondering when your number there was gonna show up on caller ID. This is Dino Balducci. Remember me? From that last train to Blue Moon Canyon we went on?
Name drop.
I'm the one who helped you find that long-lost treasure.
I'm not sure helped is the right word, Mr. Balducci.
Please, call me Tino.
In fact, Tino, I'm a little surprised you're still in law enforcement, considering some of the unethical, if not illegal, stunts you pulled back then.
Hey, that's all behind me. Ancient history. Water under the bridge. So, looks like we're gonna be working together on this sabotage thing, huh?
Looks like.
Well, you'll be happy to know that I'm working on something that'll pretty much crack this case wide open. But in the meantime, what can I do you for?
Nothing really. Just thought I'd call and kind of check in.
Oh. Sure you don't run into something?
Nope, I'm good.
Oh. Well, Chantel hired me to be at your disposal, so you know where to find me. Arrivederci.
Bye.
So no, you know, I like envision Tino Balducci like in a tank top that has like grease stains on it and just sitting on his couch just flicking through TV channels. When I call him like that, that's probably something he's not doing. But that it's just that's what's usually my perception of what Tino's doing.
Hello?
Hi, Ned. It's Nancy.
Hey, Nance. I couldn't tell it was you because you're not calling from your cell phone.
No coverage out here. I'm in the middle of the Canadian Rockies, remember?
Oh, I haven't forgotten. Everything okay?
Well, as a matter of fact, just as I got here, the bunkhouse blew up.
Yikes. So there was another act of sabotage?
Looks that way. The sheriff found traces of a plastic explosive called C4 on some of the debris.
So if whoever blew up the bunkhouse is the same person who's been causing the accidents, you're looking for someone who knows something about explosives.
Looks that way, yeah.
Well, that's a pretty good lead. What else have you got?
Bad news. Chantal is insisting that if I need help, I get it from this police consultant she hired. A guy named Tino Balducci.
Tino Balducci? Not that cop who-
That's the one.
How does Chantal know him?
All I know is she thinks he's charming, and for this case I have to get all my hints from him.
Well, I'm sure he'll be very helpful. Not as helpful as, say, I would have been, of course, but very
It's
helpful.
probably going to be the longest video
Guadalupe
of
Comillo
this.
says she's a bird watcher,
series.
but I'm not so sure.
Why do you say that?
For one thing, most birders will go on for hours about the birds they've seen or the birds they want to see, but not her. In fact, birds seem to be the last thing on her mind.
And for another thing?
The alarm clock from her room is missing.
So, she's not a bird watcher because she sleeps in?
I found a melted clock face in the debris left behind when the bunkhouse exploded. It could have been part of the timing device.
Do you think it could have been Guadalupe's? Do you think she's the one who blew up
Could've.
the bunkhouse?
Hey, women can blow things up too, you know. At the very least, they can help blow things up.
Whatever you say.
A lone wolf has been hanging out around the lodge lately.
A wolf? That's kind of cool.
No, what's cool is that it dug me out of an avalanche and saved my life.
You're kidding me. Why would a wolf do that?
I don't know. Yet.
So, you've got a wolf hanging around that acts like Lassie. What else?
The guy who built Icicle Creek Lodge also built this weird concrete pyramid thing nearby that everyone calls Trapper Dan's Needle.
What's it for?
No one knows, but there was a piece of black nylon-type fabric sticking out of it. Like there's a door in it and someone had snagged their clothes on it on their way in.
So you think there's a door, but you can't see one?
Right.
Well, just keep poking around. If something's got a front door, it usually has a back door, too.
That's all I have to report.
Good luck up there. And
Be careful. Goodbye, Ned.
Oh boy, that was a lot of phone calls. Let me just double check what time dinner is. Clegg forgot again. 6 to 7. Alright, so that's going to do it for this episode. Thank you guys so much for joining me once again. I'm glad I got the phone calls out of the way, but this is a fun game. And I really enjoy myself with this. I'm becoming immersed again. I feel like a kid again. So hit the thumbs up if you enjoyed this. Let me know if there's any other games you want me to try out or anything in the comments below. And give this a thumbs up. And hit the subscribe button for any and all new videos coming from me. I'm Cruz, and I will see you guys next time.